Hello everybody, my name is German Azurin, or you call me GQ Boy G Boy, and today I'm going to be making my first, the most recent Smash tier list. And we're going to start things off by looking at each character's placement in the meta, and I value a lot in the moveset, the kit, how much their matchup spread affects them. I won't be looking at results too much, but looking at like how good the character is in nature and how they fare in the meta. So I'm going to start by looking at my low tier. And for the first character, this should come as no surprise. Yeah. The single worst character in the game, the only one in the bottom tier, is Ganondorf. So, yeah, not much to say. He's a very slow character with bad frame data, easy to combo, really bad recovery, probably one of the worst recoveries in the game. And he is a strong, heavy hitting character, though. I'll give him that. He does bring the fear in opponents sometimes, if the Ganon is playing on point, and I will give credit that a Ganon in bracket can upset anyone in the game. While I do think he's still the worst character in the game, he's more viable than like a lot of the bad characters in Melee and like Brawl and even his worst versions. Funnily enough, it's really hard for Ganon to fare in this meta overall, and I think it'll only get worse from here on out. But Ganon's here, yeah, you know it. And for my second worst character, it's in the low tier. So these are like the start of unviable characters. I'm gonna name these tiers. We're gonna start with the second worst character in the game. Yeah, King Dedede. King Dedede is better than Ganon because he has a recovery. It's a pretty good recovery. He's heavier. Dedede gets to live for long periods of time. I'll give him that. He's also quite powerful at the ledge. His ledge trapping's pretty good. Like Gordo is a really annoying projectile to deal with, but it's also really bad because you can hit it back at him. His hammer moves, they're like decent. Like some of them, like forward tilt, forward air. But he's still a super heavyweight. He gets comboed to death. He has like so many -2 matchups like Ganondorf, but Dedede, he can win sometimes. That's you're more likely to see Dedede's upset people than Ganon players, but this is like comparing trash versus garbage. So that's how I feel about Dedede. And the third worst character is who I call the Melee Pichu of the game, Piranha Plant. He is a one-trick pony with Ptooie. Ptooie is a good move, though. It's good at ledge trapping. It's good at doing what it does, but there is a significant counterplay to it. If you have a reflector, or if you're a villager, you can pocket it, then what does he do? He falls apart. Or you can grab the Ptooie and use throw armor, and it won't hit you. Like, Plant's biggest strength has an exploitable flaw, and that really hurts him. His move, he also doesn't have much range, and is just like one of the most optimal or perfect combo weights. And I don't think Plant has anything going. I mean, you got players like Lucky. I forgot to mention players like Dedede, like Ganon, like Major. You got players like Lucky and Dimitri doing well with him. Like, he's a weird, wacky character. Like, I'll say that about Piranha Plant. But other than that, he doesn't have much going for him. He's just regular, just your normal low tier. Like, he doesn't have much to him. This character, he's like, some people think he's underrated. I just think that Sword Fighter he has some decent tools, like the down tilt, the back air. He's like a mini Cloud. Like, he has a baby Cloud back air. here. And the good projectiles like the Shuriken of Light or the Tornado, the Gale Storm. But yeah, we thought Gale Storm up air, Gale Storm Link up B was like a broken kill confirm. Oh yeah, it's broken. Well, I'll show you now it's broken. I'll shield it. Just shield. Yeah, now what do? It's a slow projectile. And me Swordfire, he just kind of gets outclassed, if you see what I mean. Like, why would you play me Swordfighter when there's like literally like Cloud or Lucina or Aegis or Corrin, like, you know what I mean, or Roy. Anyways, next up is the low mid tier. These, I believe, are characters who are capable of decent runs with on a good day. And I'll start off with Zelda. So, here's how I feel about Zelda. A lot of people think she's low tier. I think she's like the worst mid tier, but these are the beginning of viable characters. Here's why I think, because Zelda has some good tools, like the Phantom is really annoying to deal with. She has a combo break in neutral B, but it can be baited out, and she eats a huge punish, unfortunately. She has Lightning Kick, which is pretty good out of shield. It's a scary killing out of shield option, like coming just from a dock player who has a frame 3 LB that kills, but yeah, you see the point. Zelda has like a decent out of shield options in up B and up smash and nair. The problem is that Zelda's like a bit too slow, and her trap, like, she's like a one-trick pony, like in the same vein as Plant, except I think Phantom is a better move. Like, there's some characters who are not that good at dealing with it, but other characters, if you're fast enough or at least have enough patience to deal with Zelda, she falls apart quickly. And she's also pretty light, and her disadvantage state is really lacking, especially if you call out the neutral B. And then the next person I have here is King K. Rool. King K. Rool is a character of some extremes. Like, he's the second heaviest character in the game. He's got the belly armor, you know it. And he's got a lot of cheese to him. And, like, you got good tools to... Like, his Nair is really dumb at edge guarding. Like, it beats out Dolphin Slash or Octa Slash, Blazer. His counter, like, checkmate some recoveries, like Crom, Rip Crom, but... Two okay projectiles. The Crown is better than the neutral B anyway, but Crown is an item. You can, and you can't, Carol can't use it as an item, because he just forces to pick it back up. And he has a good moveset, like the forward air, the back air, spike, up air, like he's got decent kill power. He just suffers the same problems as a heavyweight, but he's like a good design heavyweight. Like, he's got the strength and power. He's got the long killing. He's got a decent recovery. Like, he's just like, he's not very good, but they're just better characters. But K. Rool's a fun casual character. Next up, I have one of my favorite characters, Little Mac. The Little Mac is, like, really bad in the air, really bad recovery. Though it keeps getting better the more you watch it. And all the Little Mac mains, especially Peanut, are learning how to recover better to, like, far places. But it's easier said than done. And Little Mac's Peanut is just raw as a player, you know? And I think what makes Mac not as bad as people say. Like, he's still really bad, don't get me wrong, but he's got decent ground. He's a good grounded tool, and grounded tools are really scary to deal with. But if you platform camp him, he has ways around the platforms, like with the up tilt setups, the up B kill confirms. Like Little Mac players like Battlefield because he has a good wave bent land and good tech chasing off of it. So that's why I think Little Mac's meta is still being developed. Like, we all thought he was like the worst or second worst character in the game because he just like lull, like just edgeguard him, or he's bad in the air, like keep him in the air, platform game him. We're starting to see Little Mac mains innovate him, and he's capable of a decent run. If you look at Peanut, like he's taken solo Little Mac to top 16 of majors, like that's crazy. Next up in the low mid tier, we have my boy Ike. So yeah, Ike is Nair. He's Nair. He's one dimensional. He loses to parries. If he gets parried, his game plan falls apart quick. Like, but it's easier said than done to always parry because Ike mains love Nair. It's like if it's a good Nair, he has tools like he can Nair up air, Nair ether out of shield kills really stupidly. That's why I don't think Ike is like bottom 3 or 4 like some people are saying. And dash attack kill option, like a surprise burst option, that's insane. And his recovery is not as free as you think the game. Like the ether, it loses to like counters or like big disjointed spikes, like Falcon down air. And then the quick draw is like hard to contest for some characters. Like you can have best trade with it. And Ike, he has a few decent tools. Like he's got a decent grab game, down tilt combos. Like he has a lot of good moves. The problem is it's like Ike's mobility is like still pretty mediocre for the most part. Like he's still pretty slow. He has a frame for air dodge, meaning he gets comboed a lot harder, but it's a good traveling air dodge, so it's a fair trade off. But he gets trapped in better. He gets more combos and confirms to him because of his frame for escape. The next low mid tier I have here is Villager. So yeah, Villager, he's okay. Like he's not terrible, but he's not good either. Like he still has like a good edge guard and bowling ball and the slingshot. He also has a Nair out of shield, good turnip spiking, and also the forward air and back air slingshots are kind of annoying to deal with for some characters. He's a good timeout and zoning tool. Like his zoning tools are good. He just gets outclassed by other zoners like Samus or Midman or Rob. Like the pocket is a good tool. Like you can take I can take Rob Gyro or Diddy Banana. Suddenly I win the matchup. No, you don't, because you only took out one part of the game plan. Rob is just like you just do whatever else and boom. What do you do now? Oh, I don't think Villager Rob's that bad, but like pocket. It's easy to bait out, but he has a few like niche tools that help him sometimes. Like you see Alam do stuff, Kept, Hobby on Earth. Alright, we're gonna head to the last low mid tier on this list. And that's my girl, Isabelle. So I still have them right next to each other. I do think Isabelle's a bit better than Villager now because she has more stuff like up tilt, comboing, and juggling, as well as a nice quick down smash. Well, Villager also has down smash berry, but Isabelle has like also the edge guarding potential in Fair and Bear. A nice Nair that is disjointed, unlike Villager's. The Lloyd Mine is decent for stage control, but it can be destroyed by some characters. And the fishing rod is good at catching jumps or people hanging on the ledge too long. If you can grab someone who's hanging on the ledge too long, that's pretty good. And that's why I value a lot in Isabelle. Like that makes her a pretty alright here. Not a great character, but like she's an okay character. Now we're gonna. Alright.